Cursed tape, endless screams. I never believed in premonitions or the supernatural until I stumbled upon an old cassette tape in the dusty corner of my attic. The label was blank, but curiosity got the better of me, so I dusted off my dad's vintage Walkman and pressed play. The tape crackled to life with a low hum, and then I heard it, my voice, unmistakably mine, but younger, filled with a terror I'd never felt before. I was screaming, pleading for help, and the background noise was a cacophony of sounds I couldn't quite place. My heart raced as I wondered how recordings of my future screams could exist. The first time I listened, I convinced myself it was some elaborate prank. Maybe one of my friends was messing with me. After all, we had a history of pulling stunts. But the more I listened, the more I began to recognize places and events that hadn't happened yet. As I listened closely, I could hear snippets of conversations and even street noises, all from locations I never visited but would soon find myself in. Something about the recordings felt both familiar and foreign, like déjà vu wrapped in a nightmare. I was haunted by the idea that my future held some unspeakable horror that I was destined to live through. Against my better judgment, I began to obsess over the tape, playing it over and over, trying to decipher every detail. I even started recording my own days, comparing them to the sounds on the tape. One night, as I lay in bed replaying the cassette, I heard a voice that wasn't mine, whispering my name, promising that the screams were just the beginning. The fear that gripped me felt like icy fingers around my throat, and I realized this was no prank. It was a warning, a countdown to a moment I was desperately trying to avoid. The climax came unexpectedly during a routine walk home from work. I turned a corner, and the world around me shifted into the surreal. Everything mirrored the auditory landscape from the tape, the distant screech of tires, the faint hum of a street musician's tune. And then it happened, precisely as foretold. A van careened out of control, heading straight for me. I froze, rooted to the spot as my screams echoed into the night, exactly as they had on the tape. Time seemed to slow as I realized the cassette wasn't just a prediction, it was a loop, a cycle I was trapped in, endlessly reliving the moment of my own demise. As darkness enveloped me, the only sound was my scream, now a part of the recording forever.